fun, and hopefully that we impart some good message to you. So Ken Cito will be talking also. You know, what I will talk about just a little bit is my partners and about the product. And Ken will talk about the pay plan and the timing, yes. And forgive me if I stutter or lose my way. We got in about 3:30 this morning, and we have had about that much sleep. So we will do our very best to impart some good information to you. And we'll try to do it in a timely manner and not talk too long and bore you. When you are giving the present, oh, let me see one thing. How many people are distributors here that are distributors already? All right, and so that means the rest. Raise a hand if you are just looking at this as an opportunity. Okay, all right. One over here. Okay, no. How many people have not made silver yet? Anybody? Just because we have a promotion this week that if you make silver first time this week, it's an extra $300 US. So if anybody is close, we want.
Can I re-enroll?
No, no, you cannot. Hi there. Hi, David. Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to
Nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you.
No, you sit here. I will not get up.
Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Okay, keep on coming.
All right, just keep coming in here.
If I knew this was going to happen, we should have started earlier.
This is, yeah, as soon as we start.
Yeah, as soon as we start the order.
Yeah. Hi there, David.
Eddie.
Eddie, good to meet you. Thank you. Hi. Nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Thank you. I'm David.
Hi, Kenny.
Kenny, good to see you. All right.
So you photographer?
Everything.
Thank you. They want to have a chair? Okay. I this is the speaker's chair.
Don't need it.
You want to sit down here?
I walk when I talk, so.
Okay.
All right. When you give a presentation, you can do exactly what Ken and I are going to do. And I thought that I had brought a printout of the 4 Ps.
Yep, yeah, we have.
4 Ps are there. There's a
Yep.
printout.
Yep, yep.
Does anyone have one?
All right. Please, all you have to do is read this. Now, Ken and I have done this enough that we don't have to read it, but that's all you have to do. That's all the information that you really have to give to people, and maybe you'll pick up a little something from us tonight. My partners and I have been together for 30 years. I think you'll find that maybe in sentence 1. Now, people ask me or ask us, how have 3 guys been able to be together as partners for that long? 2 words, trust and respect. In that whole time, we're very different. It's 2 engineers and an economics. I'm more of a business and operations guy. So we don't always see eye to eye. We disagree, but it's never personal. It's business. And when we disagree it's very important that we disagree so that we can look at things from different angles. And I can tell you, those two engineers look at things very differently than I do. When something that we noticed or that came to our attention is in all this time, never have we had words. Never an argument. Business disagreements, but never an argument. Trust and respect. That's what we give you. Trust and respect. We have been blessed with success. Richard and Lonnie and I. And it's because of the people that we work with. That's why, as a founder, I'm here in your home to tell you about Skincerity. I will be back because we work with you. We don't stay in Houston, Texas, and have people report back to us about what's going on. We get out in the field and we lock arms with you because our job description is very, very simple. Our job is to do whatever we can to make you successful. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. This product, let's see if somebody tell me if I missed anything. Nothing important. When we used to, I said this, well, most of you were not at the convention. Kevin Allen, who some of you have met, maybe many of you have met, when I would travel with Kevin, he would always want me to talk about my partners. Well, we've never done that before in our business. We're really behind the scenes guys. We really don't care if anybody knows who we are. And in our offices, we used to have, everybody had a cubicle. It was all the same. You couldn't tell who the owner was or who, because we were all workers. And when the trash needs to be taken out, well, we're generally the last guys to leave, so we're going to take out the trash. I mean, that's what we do. We are and I don't mean to say, I started to say as ordinary as you are. We're very ordinary. You're extraordinary. No, and I mean that sincerely, because it's your efforts that will make you successful. When Kevin would want me to talk about us, now this is going to go to what a question you asked me just a little bit ago. I've been talking about the, hi there, come right on in.
Come on, sit down.
Hi, shake my hand there. There you go. Hi, how are you?
Great.
Nice to meet you, Brenda.
Here, you can sit down.
I told Kevin that, you know, I don't want to talk about Richard, Lonnie, and I tonight because I don't think it's important what we've done, even though Richard invented the laser for construction, invented it, the laser. Lonnie invented, now I don't know that they have them here, but in the United States they have lock boxes on real estate that are electronic. Lonnie invented that. I happen to have invented something for the oil patch. We call it the oil patch. It's the oil industry. It goes in the top of drilling rigs. But none of that, honestly, that is not important at all. It just shows we're hard-working guys and we see things through. I said, Richard, I want to talk about creating miracles. Richard. Kevin, 3 hours sleep, every 2. I want to talk about creating miracles, and I want to tell you about creating miracles. When we walked into the room, we were in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And when we look at everybody as family, and when we get to know you better, when we see you, we won't shake your hand. We're going to hug you because you are like family. People are coming to us as we walked in the room and we're hugging, and they're pushing this one lady forward. They wanted us to meet. Does anybody want to venture a guess as to what her name was? That's very close. That's so close you can't imagine. Her name was Miracle. That was her name. I had just told Kevin, I want to talk about creating miracles. Let me tell you, in this business, you create miracles. You are somebody's miracle by telling them about this product and about this opportunity. That's the strength, that's the magic of the people and the family. So when you're talking about the people, Ken, Richard, Lonnie and I and Kevin, that's not what we mean by the people. You are the people we talk about. You are the people. If you open your heart and you're ready for miracles with this company, you can create miracles. And you can create miracles with this product. Because this product is a miracle. We had somebody mentioned about the dermatologist. We had dermatology clinics. That is doctors who treat the skin in Houston, Texas. We started with one. We built up the largest dermatology practices in the Southeast. We created something different. We created a lifestyle for doctors, and we serviced the patients. One of our doctors brought us this product. Said, I've never seen anything like this. It's a roll-on. It's a roll-on breathable mask that allows your skin to breathe. And she says, let me show you. And this is what she did. She rolled it on our hands. She says, you know what's happening now? Those of you who have done this know when you roll it on, it's very, very cool. It's very refreshing when you roll it on. What else is happening is that I just killed all of the bacteria on the back of my hand. Right now, in this room, there is no more sanitized place than right here. And I'm serious, because there's no bacteria living. It kills it that fast. It's acetone. Now, if we have anybody in here who is works with nails, this is not the acetone that you clean your fingernails with. When you clean your fingernails, and since I'm single, I don't really know this, but I think you ladies, when you do this, you do it with a cotton ball or something, and then you put it in the trash, and you're going to smell it till you take the trash out. Is that right, fingernail? The remover? Yeah. Oh, please go along with my story. It really helps me. If you'll just go, oh, yeah, he's right. What happens when this goes on cold like that, you'll also feel your skin tighten. This mask, this mask or breathable barrier, when the acetone flashes off, that's what's killed all the bacteria. It puts tens of thousands of microscopic holes in the barrier so the barrier can breathe. Because without oxygen, nothing heals. You put a piece of tape, Scotch tape, over a cut, it will not heal. What you've done when you roll this on and it dries, you have the perfect environment for healing. Perfect, because you have covered it, you've covered the skin, you've covered the area, you have killed all of the bacteria, and oxygen is coming back and forth. But what can't come out, if we got somebody coming in, I'm going to ask them if they know what happens next. Moisture. Our body loses moisture all day long. Now what happens right after, oh, she doesn't know that, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, mop the floor.
How y'all doing?
The floor is clean again.
That's good.
Yeah.
I am so impressed. I am so impressed that there's this many people here tonight. That is just fantastic.
After this, you have to off the air, open the door. Let him stay in the garden.
Well done. Well done. Every night, our body loses moisture. If you weigh at night and weigh in the morning, you're going to weigh less in the morning. There's two primary causes of skin damage. One is obvious. It's the sun. The sun damages our skin very, very badly. So does something called transepidermal water loss. That's a fancy dermatological word for meaning moisture leaving our skin. Dry skin is unhealthy skin. It is a breeding ground. If you cut, if you abrade, anything that happens on that dry skin, it will flare up. So it's the moisture that keeps your skin healthy. Any dermatologist will tell you the key to good-looking skin is moisturized skin. Also key to this, and that's healthy skin. The key to this, as the moisture comes to the surface, it also brings the body's natural healing elements to the surface. Here's the magic. Here's the magic from the millions of dollars. This product was developed using grants or funding, money from the National Institutes of Health in the United States. That's part of the United States Department of Health. So this is one of the, you can say this, the Canadians say this. They are so glad that the United States government funded a product for you and for them to use that is going to help all of the people you know with your skin, and it's also going to allow you to make some very, very nice money with this product and with our opportunity. Here's something I want you to remember that's very, very important about how people say, what's in it? What makes this product work? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what makes this product work?
Your own body moisture.
You win. That is exactly right. It's our body. Remember, what we've done, we set up the perfect environment for healing. That's why this is so great on acne. Because it kills acne, well, not just acne. Our skin, right now, our skin is full of bacteria. Full of bacteria. So anything that attacks it, scratches it, if I'm doing this from a fingernail, which is dirty, if you saw it under a microscope, it would scare the devil out of you. But anyway, this perfect environment for healing, and it's our body. It's our body that's doing the healing. It's the most natural product. There's only one like it. This is the only one in the world. It's the world's only breathable barrier that sets up the perfect environment for healing, and it's our body that does it. That's all you have to know about the product. When you first put it on, kill the bacteria. People will say after using it, their pores shrink, their wrinkles, because of the moisture, are going to disappear, the fine lines and wrinkles. And as you look at before and after, you'll see all of the different diseases that this does not treat. Don't ever say that, because this doesn't treat it. But what it allows, again, perfect environment for the body to treat it, and it comes right there. Comes right there with the moisture and with our body's own natural healing ingredients. Now, I'm gonna step aside now. Did I leave anything out, Ken? All right. I'll hit very briefly on two other products. This is brand new. We just launched this product. We had this product in our derm practices years ago. It was too expensive to sell. Through literally years of research, did we get it down? This is called Body Silk. And it's called Body Silk because when you put it on, it's good for your skin anywhere. Anywhere you have dry skin, this will take care of it. And it's also good for your hair. Now what people don't realize is that you're really doing the same. When you have dry split ends, which you guys all have beautiful hair, so there's probably nobody in here. But anyway, this just takes a little bit. It takes a drop. And I'm just going to try to do a drop here. And this is a new bottle, so you got to pump it out. Whoa. Because it feels so good. It feels so good. Now, may I just put a drop on a few people?
Don't worry. Smuggle.
All right. You put this on your cuticles. And when it goes on, the first thing people will say is, well, here, just kind of, just
pass it on.
go ahead. I'll pass it around. Put one drop. One drop. Now, say, oh, that feels greasy. It's going to dry in a couple of minutes. Now, it's going to feel like satin. It's going to feel like satin, feel like silk. In a couple of minutes, it's going to dry, and your skin is going to feel better than it has ever felt in your life. This product, nothing like this product either. Everything we do is unique. It's called IFX3, and the reason it's IFX3 is because it does three things. This was developed at the University of California, and I don't know which branch Lonnie does that because he's the product guy, by doctors and research physicians. This product gets rid of fine lines and wrinkles, crow's feet around the eyes. Puffiness. We wake up in the morning, our eyes are puffy. That person we don't recognize. You put that on there, this gets rid of puffiness and dark circles. The three things. I don't know if anybody caught that, but I had to look to see if I had three fingers up there. I just wasn't sure. But three things that we have problems with our eyes: wrinkles, dark circles, puffiness. Go online and take a look at the before and afters. IFX3. You can start a company with this product. My partner, Lonnie McKinney, said we could start a company with this. And wherever that little bottle has made its way around with that. These are great, great products. These products, when you give them, who said give? When you share them with somebody, you put a little bit of that Body Silk on there, they're going to want it right now. Right now. That's going to be a wow effect. Let it dry. Mine's already dry. There's some other products. When you are first talking to people, don't overwhelm them. I've said more than you ever need to say tonight. Don't talk about all the products. Talk about the Skincerity. Talk about the eye effect. Talk about the Body Silk, because those are wow products. Wow, nothing like them. You have no competition. Now, I'm going to turn this over to Ken Cito, and Ken is going to talk to you about the compensation plan and also about the timing of getting into this business, which there has never, ever been a better time than right now. So, Ken, and I'll answer questions later.
I want to see a show of hands. Who here in this room has done network marketing before? You've done this business
Until now?
before this company.
Okay.
Who here has done this type of business before? Okay, don't be ashamed of it. It's okay. Put your hand up. All right. I've been doing this type of business for almost 20 years. Not this company, but this type of a profession. And The reason why I'm asking how many people have done it is because a lot of times when I'm speaking to people, I see mixed reactions. Some people who've done this type of business before, some have had good experiences, some have had not so good experiences. The truth of the matter is that these gentlemen, when they first, before they started this area, they had the product, this Skincerity product. They could have done what everybody else was doing, which is marketing it through other ways, selling it through stores and so forth. But what they found was that because of the nature of this product and how well it works, it is such that it needs an explanation. And that's why it's such a perfect product to get involved with network marketing. Essentially what happens in network marketing is we get compensated as distributors for helping Ucerity find lifetime customers. Okay? And I'll explain to you what that means. My parents have been in Canada for many, many years. My father came here, my cultural background Chinese, but born in Canada. And my father came when he was very, very young. Okay? Now, my parents have the same telephone number with the same telephone company since 1964. A long time, right? Now, as you can imagine, as the years go by, there's more and more companies coming all the time. Well, about 10 years ago, they had this one company start up in Canada, and they came around to everybody and said, you know what? We're now offering a home telephone service as well. You don't have to stay with your original company. If you come to our company now, not only will we reduce the price by 50%, if you change your business over to us, but we will give that discount to you for the first 2 years, and then after that we will offer you other offers and make it worthwhile for you to switch. Now, if my parents have been with the same company, same telephone number since 1964, do you think they're going to change? No, they don't. The reason why is that most companies realize nowadays there's so much competition that the acquisition, acquiring the customer the very first time, is the most expensive thing for them. Advertising, promotion, to try to get a customer. So that's what makes this business so powerful. Because in this business, if we treat people right, we have a good product, people, our distributors, our customers get to know us, like us, and trust us. And so guess what happens? That's a very, very powerful thing. The reason why is this. Like what happened with my parents in the same company, the same thing happens in this series. Okay? We introduced, when we first came out, the one product is considered. Okay? So guess what happens? Someone invited you here and introduced you to this product and to this business. What happens is that because you perhaps want to try a product, or perhaps you want to get into business for yourself, you decide to get involved with us. And because you use the product and you like the results and so forth, you want to share it with some of your other friends. Right? So here's what happens. You start using the products, you introduce it to your friends. Your friends don't necessarily buy the products from you. They're buying it directly from yourself. You and your friends become a customer of the series. Now guess what's going to happen every, a few times a year when a company decides to come up with a new product. For example, the IFS 3. Or very recently, the Body Circle, the passing down. But guess what? Most people, if they trust the company and they like the products, they're going to buy the new product again. Right? So this is very, very powerful. Let's say, for example, I sponsor you. You sponsor someone else, and you get this big tree of people buying these products. Every time the company comes in, has a new product, and drops it into the tree, okay? Everybody buys the product. Sometimes more than just one bottle. So guess what? When everybody buys the product, two things happen. The cash register rings for the company, and the cash register rings for yourself because of these introductions. And that's what makes this business so powerful and why a lot of people are attracted to it. Because you know what? Some people have said to me, well, you know what? I've never done network marketing before. And what I share with them, I say, you know what? You may not realize this, but most people do network marketing every single day of their lives. except they're just not getting paid for it. For example, you might have a dentist that you like. You may have gone to a movie house, saw a great movie and you really enjoyed it, so you tell your friends about it. So your friends might go use the same dentist as you, or might go see a movie, or go to your favorite restaurant because you recommend it to them. But are those people coming back to you and saying later on, hey, thanks for introducing your friends to us. Here's a small little referral fee for bringing more business to us. That never happens. Right? The powerful thing about this business and what we're doing here in this series is that you get compensated for doing this. Okay? Now, what's very powerful also is the fact that the thing that I really enjoyed when I first understood this business is how the business really works. Because most of us, myself included, started off by working in a traditional job. The problem with working for someone else is that your income is limited to so much. Because it's very highly unlikely that your boss will allow you to make more money than he or she. It never happens. Okay? Now, here's a very, very powerful guy. I really like about this business. Say, for example, I introduced David to this business. Yeah, okay. He's never done this before. So I'm working with him, I'm training him. Say, for example, David was not the owner of the series. He's just working in a traditional job. So he's working a full-time job. He really doesn't have time to do anything else. But you know what? Because he wants to learn this business, he's willing to invest 10 hours of time in 1 week. Maybe an hour and a half each day to promote the series business. And maybe myself, because when I first started, I'm working a traditional job, I can also put 10 hours in more. Okay? So, what happens after the first week? I invested 10 hours in my new series business. David invested 10 hours in his new series business. We each invested 10 hours, but because David is part of my organization, there's 20 hours of work actually done within my business. So I work with David, and we find 2 other friends of his that might be interested in going to business for themselves, being a representative for this area. So the next week, David has 2 friends. We're working with them, we're training them. Actually, guess what? They're working at a full-time job too, so they can't really do this full-time. But they each can also invest 10 hours of their time. So guess what happens after the second or third week? David's 2 new people that just joined the series each invest 10 hours of time in the business, in the series business. David invests 10 hours in his new series business. I invest 10 hours in my series business. Each of us, the 4 of us, could only invest 10 hours in their business. But guess what? Because I introduced David, and David introduced the other 2 people, each of us spent 10 hours, but collectively, in my business, there's 40 hours of actual production that's put into my business. You see where I'm going with this? And as you spread more and more, people are building their own business, don't get me wrong. But because of the introduction, they're also building your business at the same time. Each and every one of us, I mean, no matter how busy we are, we only have 168 hours per week, every single one of us. Even if you work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's only 168 hours per week. That's the real power of this business, because when I was brought up, and especially most Chinese families, you show me a Chinese kid who's not a doctor or a dentist, and I'll show you an accountant or a lawyer. Okay? That's how we're brought up. My brother's a lawyer as well. Okay? A lot of us are raised to become professionals. Okay? The challenge is, because that's our upbringing. The challenge is though that even if you're a professional, you still have a limit on time and how much you can bill. A lawyer can only bill so much time. Okay? The scariest thing that really hit home for me is that when I finished high school, I had some friends that became medical doctors, some of them became dentists. There's one friend of mine who used to go skiing together, because in Canada we like to go snow skiing on the mountains. And we used to do that a lot, especially during high school times and so forth. But after he finished university and everything else, and he's had this very successful dentist practice, all of a sudden, I talked to this friend of mine, he couldn't go skiing anymore. I asked him one day, I said, hey, we used to go skiing all the time, how come you don't want to go anymore? He said something to me that I never forgot. He said, well, I'm worried. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, Because yeah, when we were younger, we had more time, we could go skiing and so forth, snow skiing and so forth. But the problem now is this. I have this very successful practice. What happens if we go skiing for the weekend and I fall, I end up breaking my wrist? On Monday morning, my wife cannot jump in the dentist chair and start drilling and filling. She can't do it, she's not a dentist, right? So even, you see where I'm going with this? Even as a professional, there's only so much you can do. And you're limited on your time, and you're limited in your lifestyle because of a situation like that. The most powerful business you can get involved with, people don't realize this, is exactly what we're doing here in the city. Because you're going into business for yourself, but not by yourself. So we provide the training, support, we teach people how to do the business. Now some of you maybe just want to use the products and share with a few friends. Some of you may be interested in doing a small part-time business. And some of you may be interested in doing a very large business. There's no limit as to what you want to build. The best part of all is that they're involved with us. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about how the compensation plan works, but when David and I, when we first got together with Lonnie and Richard, we were actually introduced to each other by a mutual friend. I've been doing this type of business for almost 20 years. About 15 years when we first met. 15, 16 years when we first met. And when I saw what this product was able to do, I realized that no one had even heard about this product before. I knew that we could develop something very powerful that most people would want to get involved with this, especially if they're looking for a change in their life. And that's exactly what we developed. We developed a plan that's very, very simple, because essentially how the plan really works is that I find two people who are interested in owning business for themselves, okay? And teach them to get their two people as well. And the way that we design the plan right now is such that if I find two people and help them find their two people, and we all buy the business builder pack, $60 pack, essentially we get all our investment back just by finding two and teaching them to find their two. That in itself is really the backbone of our business. It's what we call a silver level distributor. And if you can do that and teach other people to do the same thing, guess what's going to happen? Your business is going to expand, and their business is going to expand, and you can make an absolute fortune. Now we developed this plan in a very, very unique way. And this is very, very much well thought out, because we realized that if we can have and teach the average person who's never done this before to make a good income at this, then a full-time professional person like myself, who's done this for a long time, can make an absolute fortune. So we developed a plan in such a way that it's good for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're brand new, you've never done this before, or like myself, you've been doing this for almost 20 years. So that's how we designed the plan. Now, the pricing here in Singapore, the $16 pack is $812
US.
Okay. $812 US, okay? Yeah, on the auto ship per month.
So it's 824.
Okay, so 824. Okay. But when you think about this, how many businesses can you get involved with for less than $1,000 US that can earn you that type of return? Legally, I've never seen anything like this. Okay? Maybe illegally there's some businesses that like that. But legally, I've never seen it happen before. So it's a very, very powerful thing, and we're here to support you in doing that. Now, we've got 10 different ways of getting paid. We may have some other ones here in Singapore as well. But the best part of all is that we've designed it in such a way that it's very simple and easy to do this business. Now, who here has been, who here in this room has been here the longest in this business? Sorry. You?
It's huge.
Okay, when you tell them you've been involved.
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you share with us a little bit of your experience about the business? You don't need to be shy, it's okay. We're all friends here, so.
Why I was attracted to this business was the product itself, as I said, is one of a kind, cannot be duplicated. You'll pick some company to try and duplicate it. And also because everybody can use it. that's a wonderful thing from a newborn baby to the oldest. So, you know, our customers are so wide, you know. And account plan is really quite easy to, you can make money, basically. It's not that difficult to make money if you only put in the effort. So how much you want to put in is how much you're going to get, really, you know. So, honestly, with Joanne was here, they were here, and I sort of spent a couple of weeks with them. So that was good because that gives me an opportunity to really introduce to a lot of my friends. So a lot of them are here, my downlines and the downlines here. You know, it has been a great product, and really, I've sort of dabbled in a couple of MLMs before. This is my best, and within the first week, I got a certain amount, which I think it's not nice to tell because I'm not supposed to. It's really something that I never got with the other MLM companies. Just the first week, the second week, the third week, very good company. So it's up to you actually how much you want to put in. If you don't want to do anything, you're not going to expect anything, you know, in return. So if you put in that effort, which I had helped when, you know, Joanne and all that were here, I introduced to quite a lot of people. So that's how I move faster. Now it's a little bit slow because most of the people, Joanne and all are not here, so everybody's a little sleepy at the moment. But it's been good, and I went to the convention last October, and I met the founders, David here, one of them. It's been truly an honor to meet them, really to know what they're all about, and the company, a man of integrity, and the company also supporting, you know, us as members. And they're very generous. If you look at the weekly payment and all the bonuses and all the extras they give you every week, no other MLM companies do that.
Questions. That's what's very powerful about this. When we have products, I joke about this because people say, well, what age group is this product good for? I say we have products that go from womb to tomb. Okay? Womb to tomb. We have it all. We cover the whole gamut. Everybody. Okay?
That's right.
So that's what's so great about this product. Now, you may not realize this, but something that's very important when you get involved with business like this, okay, is time investment. Okay? The reason why I'm saying that is my first company I ever got involved with was a company that some of you may have heard of. It was called Amway. Okay? When I first got involved, I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I thought, you know, everybody would like to get involved with this. Well, I didn't realize that they had already been in business almost 35, 40 years at the time. And most people knew what it was. Okay, so very, very hard to market, right? And they had they've been a very successful company. They've been the one that sort of set the track for everybody else to run on. But the system was a bit antiquated, and so it was very, very hard to make the big money with that type of a company. What we have here in Lucerity is very special. This is a company that has not been around for very long. Okay? Very few people know about it. Okay? We have unique products that work. And the fact is, because we're expanding so fast worldwide, you have each and every one of you have a very good chance to be very, very successful, because Singapore is one of the first markets we're opening outside of North America. So you folks, you may not believe it or not, this really is the starting point for Singapore and for a lot of Asia. We're just opening right now, expanding into getting set up for Malaysia, Indonesia. We're looking at Thailand in the near future. We do have an office in South Korea. We are shipping to Japan, and we are shipping into Australia. But when you look at our global footprint in the company, we do not have that much expansion in many countries yet. I mean, honestly speaking, Singapore is one of our main hubs right now, and this is the group. I'm just being perfectly honest. This is really the group. So guess what does that mean? That means that you folks, each and every one of you have the opportunity to grab your share of the market. Whether it be here in your backyard in Singapore, or it could be in Malaysia, it could be in Australia, or any of those markets. Because we've set up a seamless compensation plan, you might know people in Canada. You might know people in the US. You might know people in the European Union, which we're going to be announcing later on this year, 2013. And guess what? Your friends or business associates that you know, they're gonna have other friends and family members or other business associates that may be interested in this too. So, yes, this is a great opportunity, but even more so, it's the timing that makes this important. Because we are not Amway yet. Okay? Not everybody knows about this yet. At some point, they're going to hear about it. You walk down the street in Singapore right now and mention this area, I can assure you, most people probably have never heard of it before. What does that mean to you? Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. But it's only an opportunity if you take advantage of it. And that's the reason why David and I, and a number of us are coming to Singapore and some of these other markets, is to support you in taking a look at what we have to offer and to see if you have an opportunity for yourself to really expand and go into something else. The craziest thing for most people they don't realize is that they're working a traditional job, okay, and expecting to get a lot more money or time, okay, it's going to be very, very difficult. Because what I found in the last 20 years, there's usually two types of people, okay. There are those who have a lot of money, but not a lot of time. There's those who have a lot of time, but not a lot of money. Okay? The best part of all what we have and what we're doing here in Sincerity is it's your chance to have both. Not only to create an income stream for yourself, but the way I like to call it, you can create a passive, permanent, recurring income stream that keeps on paying you like an annuity. And that's what's very, very powerful, because you cannot do that for most jobs and businesses you get involved with. If you're working as a dentist or a lawyer, if you stop working, guess what happens? The money stops coming in. Okay? If you're running a business for yourself, that's not this type of a business, but traditional business, guess what? A lot of times, if you're not there, the business doesn't run. Okay? And you also have all the financial risks that are involved with that as well. With us and what we've done, everything is taken care of by Sincerity. They make the product, okay? They package it, they ship it out for you, they collect the sales. All you gotta do is make the introduction, and guess what? They pay you a commission for everybody you introduce to the company. How much easier does it get than that? All you gotta do is when you open your mouth and just spread the word. So with that, that's my explanation of it.
I've got just something that I've been so impressed with Singapore. And it came to me while I was listening to Ken talk. What's the population of Singapore?
5 million.
5 million. There's a little town in the middle of Canada that has 12, maybe 14,000 people in it. We've got 700 and something distributors in that town. We have 3 in that town that make from $250,000 to $700,000 US a year. They've been with the company from 2 years, 18 months.
No longer than 2 years.
Yeah, no longer than 2 years. No experience. None. They had no experience. And they drive, I'm not exaggerating, they drive hours to a home meeting through the snow. In area, my guess is North Battleford in just area is about the same size as Singapore, and you have 5 million people here with a very, very high standard of living. It does not get any better than what you have. You can change your lives so easily by just sharing the product and sharing the opportunity. You don't sell anything. You're a teacher, you're a coach, You're a mentor. That's what you do. That's what these girls do. These girls that were making from nothing, housewife, to one was a nurse's aide making $45,000 a year. And now, in that short period of time, their entire lives have changed. They may have signed up, and 15 people, they've signed up 15. I'm just giving one as an example. She gets paid on 3,500 people. That's the power of networking. They don't have the opportunity you have. It's not there. They've got to go hours to have a meeting and hope people get through the snow. Look what you have here on short notice in an area of great abundance. 5 million people. The world is your oyster. I mean, it really is. It's up to you. Every person in this room can change your life and the lives of your friends. All you have to do is have enough heart to care about them, share with them, and you will be their hero. I mean, that's just, I say that, I can look every one of you in the eye and say that's what can happen if you do it. And that's all you have to do, is do it.
And Ron, you know what? I have to admit, David and I, for short notice with this many people here, we're impressed. We really are, because this does not happen very often like this. So thank you for
yeah, thank you very much. Give yourselves a round of applause. How many people here have not seen Skincerity and what it looks like when you put it on and peel it off? Any new people that haven't seen it, haven't used it? You haven't? Anybody else that hasn't seen it? All right. I was rolling it on my hand. All the time I'm talking, I'm rolling it on my hand. This is what it looks like. That's the barrier. So I peel that off. That's how it comes off. Just like that. And that's it. Tens of thousands of breathable holes right there. If you touch, well, you touch my skin here, touch my skin over there. Now, that's been on there just maybe 15 minutes. Think about that being on your skin all night long. And for you men, you put that on your face at night, you will have the best shave in the morning you have ever had if you use a blade, because you've moisturized your beard all night long. And let me assure you, men don't talk about stuff like women do, and men don't share like women do. You guys share everything. Men get something that's going to make them look younger. They may not tell all their friends. Why do they want to share that with their friends if they're going to look younger? But I tell you, nobody wants to look older, man or woman, especially today. So don't even hesitate for you guys to show other men, because real men, that doesn't bother them. The ones that it bothers, you might want to worry about them. I'm kidding. That was a joke. You guys were supposed to laugh. All right.
Just reiterate, because we've been expanding, for many markets. I just want to reiterate to everyone which markets we're shipping into right now, or have product into that we're expanding into. Right now, we start off in the U.S., Canada, Australia, Japan, South Korea, Philippines, now Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. We're finalizing Thailand and Taiwan, also Hong Kong, and in the very near future, also the European Union.
What about Vietnam?
We're actually talking about that as well. Yeah, we want to go into Vietnam as well.
That really, the purpose of my trip is what is to work on some of the legal things that we need to have in place in each country, to look at how we ship into different countries. Vietnam is definitely a country that we're looking at. So it's everything in Southeast Asia. We are looking at to see where we go next. But it takes time. We have to register product. We have to register the company. We have to be able to pay you. We have to get paid. So there's an awful lot of things that have to happen before we can really go into a country full bore. Anybody have any questions?
What is the glass?
Pardon me?
Glass. It doesn't break easily. Glass.
Class?
The glass.
Glass?
The bottle, the bottle.
And what about it? It break?
Yeah, it doesn't break easily. But that's why I want to know what is the glass.
Glass?
What's the glass?
Break the bottle.
Well, it's not easy to break the balls. What's the glass made out of?
No, it's just a thick glass, and that's just these bottles are expensive bottles, so that if you dropped it on this floor, I would be surprised if I did this and it didn't break. But,
It doesn't break.
Yeah,
So don't try it.
yeah, it will break. Don't do that. Don't do that test. But,
I dropped it a few times and it doesn't break.
Then you're lucky.
It's much thicker than that one.
yeah. This is that's a very, very thick bottle. If you don't mind, Rob, if you just drop it. Is there a question back here?
Yes, you know the Nucerity, actually you have the 4 properties, yeah. But this body silk, what is the special things that we can tell, you know? What is so special?
What's it made for?
Yeah, I mean, what are the ingredients and, you know, like you have the technical patent for Nucerity, but how about this body silk?
What is the acai, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, acai berry is one of the ingredients. Now Lonnie, Lonnie, I travel all the time. So when I get back in the office, they kind of tell me what we've done. Now, where is that product? Can I look at this? Oh boy, see if I can read this. Because I have to read it because we just announced it.
No, it's just a chemical name, but you know, it's easy to tell about the breathable barrier.
Oh, what do you want to tell about this?
Ah.
Oh, it's for me. I don't care. I don't care what's in it. I want to know what it does. And this product, when we had our dermatology practices, and we found this product, and we worked on more development of it. When you put it on, the reason we call it body silk is because it feels like silk. It feels, and we weren't sure whether to go silk or satin, but when you put it on, any dry skin, whether it's cuticles, and this is where you get dry, your cuticles. Of course, men, our cuticles look like the devil. We should do it, but we don't. But dry, cracked skin, heels, elbows, this will absorb, this will go, just penetrate into your skin. And as you use it, this will keep your skin young, very youthful, because it's supple. When like dry, cracked skin on, again, elbows, heels, wherever you have it, that's not healthy. This really improves the health of your skin, and it makes it just feel so much better. Healthy skin looks better and feels better. Now, Lonnie is doing, and I hope I will make sure this Saturday, he is doing an education on this product. And so, let's see, Saturday morning, 11 a.m. That's 1 a.m. in the morning.
1 a.m. Sunday morning.
Never mind.
They're doing a.
Never mind.
No,
We'll
no,
see.
no, is that 11 Central?
Central.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m.
No, we're behind. Wait a
Sunday
minute.
morning.
Yeah, 11, that's
1
right.
a.m.
Yeah, we're behind you, so,
It's
we
late at
will
night.
have, I think, if you go on the website, it should be posted. If not, we'll see about getting that, what Lonnie's gonna say, recorded, so that you can go into Nucerity University and listen to what he has to say. He's our product guy.
How much is this thing? How much is this?
I heard what you said.
No, it's not.
Do you know what? I know what you can buy it for, and in about $35 or $40, or is it less than that? See, we've been on the road. I left right after
The day it was
conference.
released, so.
Yeah, the day it was
we don't
released.
know all the details.
I would have to either call Lonnie or go online, just like I will ask you to see what do you got there? You know what the
How many
price
have you
is?
got?
Contraband, yeah.
Contraband.
Oh,
What,
okay.
what'd you pay for, well, you had a show special.
Yeah.
You got it, yeah, I know.
Ron is the go-to guy. He
I know.
looks like he has some.
I think you probably get the best deal you could find right back there. Probably anywhere in the world right now. So I'll have to look what we'll do. Do you know what the retail is on this? 50? Okay, all right.
50 US or Sing dollars?
50 US.
So our money is
Retail
how
is,
much?
for a pack of 8 is 200 US. That's your wholesale price.
Okay,
The points, I'm not too sure.
probably half of that.
Today's price is 50 Sing.
Oh, this one, 50 cents.
What the man said.
50 cents.
Yes.
Yes. So now,
Any other questions?
my
Today's
question-
special, how much? 50 cents.
50 cents is special.
Minus the conversion.
You just try.
At the
Hey,
price.
you had free trial, right? Free trial, you know it's great. Yes.
When are the other products coming in?
I just said that I will be talking to Melissa in Houston, and I've already sent her an email asking when we can get the other products in the warehouse. She has not answered me yet because she has to look at the lead times, and we have to increase what the products that we have in the warehouse. My guess, please don't hold me to this, is a month. That's my guess. Now, on this product,